How can you make sure you're holding yourself accountable as you continue to prepare for the FE exam? Hi, this is Farouk at Direct Hub, and today we're going to talk about accountability. I know this is a very important message that I need to hear from time to time, and a message I want to pass on to you. What does it mean to be accountable? What does it mean to be responsible for your own learning? How can you be accountable when things get hard, when things don't go your way, when you're confused about a problem, when you're making mistakes? Can you hold yourself accountable? So why is accountability important? For many of us, we're no longer in school. We're not in school where we had, let's say, a steady partner, a steady group, and that helped us stay accountable. We held ourselves accountable through this group steady partner, the classroom, and we saw the professors every week, every day in the week. We no longer have that, especially let's say you're in your senior year, you're going to the summer and you want to take your exam and study for it in the summer. And also many of us do work full-time, possibly we have a family as well and other responsibilities. You're really busy. You're busy and you cannot find a steady partner to hold you accountable. You hold them accountable. It's possible, but it's going to be really tough because you're a busy working professional. So now we have to change things up. We have to shift our thinking. We're no longer in school. We have to have our own self-responsibility, self-control, and our own accountability. So let me give you some tips that will make you think on how you're going to hold yourself accountable and hopefully initiate action today. First thing, have the right goal. Why are you doing this in the first place? What's your reason? What's your purpose? You will need to have the right reason because committing to this with the wrong reason from the start is not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it because this requires a big sacrifice. You're going to have to put things on hold for the time being. You're going to have to talk to your family, talk to your manager. Your life will change when you're studying for this exam. It is a huge sacrifice. So from the very beginning, you will need to have the right goal and you will need to understand your self-motivations. Write it down, keep it next to your desk, keep it on your wall, make sure it comes internally with an external reward as well. Have the right goal and let that guide you through this whole journey. Speaking of goal, if your goal is to pass the Civil FE exam in the next 3 to 6 months, my Civil FE prep course is currently on sale for 20% off right now. This is the best deal of the year and it's going to end December 3rd. This is the best deal of the year that you do not want to miss out on. So this course is going to structure your learning and it will give you that outside accountability that you're going to get from me as I guide you through the concepts, through problem solving, and a lot of FE exam tips. You're going to combine that outside accountability with your internal accountability to make sure you're prepared as best as possible to pass your Civil FE exam with confidence. Check out the link below. Number 2, develop a steady plan and a steady routine. Do not dive right into studying without a steady plan. A steady plan will hold you accountable because it's going to force you to write down your goals for the study week. That makes them concrete, it makes them realistic, and it makes them measurable. They must be measurable. For example, in your study plan for that week, you're going to write down precisely what topic you're going to study. And you're going to be specific. Let's say you're under statics. You're going to be very specific and say, I'm going to cover equilibrium of rigid bodies. Then on top of that, you're going to also be more specific by writing down how you will study. Are you going to read conceptual notes first, then do practice problems? Then you can write down how many practice problems, what's your goal, how many do you want to complete? Complete with quality. It's a matter of quality, not quantity. So completing, let's say, 10 practice problems with quality is really good. If you need to step it up, you can. If you need to tone it down, please do that as well. And you're going to put all of that in the study plan. Along this, you're going to write down the time of day you're going to study. Are you going to do it very early in the morning? Let's see, when you're not so busy, the kids are asleep. Maybe that's the time block you can have. And that's the one with the least distractions. Maybe it's after work, right after the gym. Maybe you take a walk. test things out, and you will put that in the study plan. A study plan is a great way to hold yourself accountable. In the link below, I have a free one just for you for the Civil FE exam. You can download this as a PDF, you can print it and bind it, and you can keep it handy next to your study spot for each week. Write down your study goals, and you can use this like a journal to reflect on your weak areas, strong areas, and it does have an equation sheet that you can put all the handy formulas in there as well. For the other disciplines, mechanical, electrical, other disciplines, there is an Excel checklist below. You can download that for free as well, and it does have a simple calendar in the Excel sheet. Number 3, track your progress. For the most part, the study plan you have developed will help you do this. So for that study week, you have clear study goals. Now, at the end of the week, I want you to reflect on these goals. Did you accomplish your study goals? How much did you accomplish? What areas did you really struggle with? Reflect on that and write that down. Reflect on it, because then you're going to make adjustments. So let's say at the end of the study week, you feel like you spent a lot of time on a certain topic or a certain concept. So that's a concept that you want to note down in that study calendar as, let's say, a weak area. And you can come back to that to review it to ensure that it's no longer weak. That's one example. Maybe it's a scheduling thing. Maybe studying early in the morning, you couldn't do it. You felt really tired. You want to adjust that. Maybe you want to study right after work. So you're going to make that adjustment. So your study plan is not set in stone. You're going to adjust it. You're going to change it up. And that's perfectly normal. Please remember that this won't be perfect. You're not going to master all the concepts. You're not going to master all the topics. Do not set that unrealistic expectation, because that will burn you out. This exam is testing the fundamentals and the basics and your basic problem solving skills under that time pressure. What mostly matters is that you track your progress and make the necessary changes that will keep you moving forward. 4th tip. Accept your failures and mistakes. Admitting to our failures and mistakes is really hard, but we have to know this is part of this journey. To get to that peak success and to reach there, this is not a one-way smooth ride. There's going to be a lot of mistakes we're going to make, lots of failures to get to that peak success. Failure and making mistakes is good. This is a sure way to grow and to develop your resilience. As long as we're learning from them and not repeating the same mistakes, and then we're coming up with a new action plan. This new action plan relies on feedback, and you're going to get that feedback from your failures and mistakes. As long as you're not blaming someone else, you're not blaming the NCES for your failures and mistakes. You're going to actively listen. You're going to be honest, and you're going to make the adjustments you need to make and the necessary changes to ensure that you're moving in the right direction. Listen to feedback and listen to these failures and mistakes. Last tip to hold yourself accountable: reward yourself. This exam does not define you. It does not define whether you're a good or bad engineer, and it does not define your life. Keep things in perspective and enjoy the learning process. Celebrate your successes and feel that learning process, and celebrate those small successes when you get a practice problem right. You might struggle through it, you might make a lot of mistakes, but then you finally get it. That feels good. Feel it and celebrate it and be proud of yourself. And make sure to introduce days where you celebrate your successes. So let's say you finish mathematics and statistics. That's a really big section, and it will take you time and a lot of effort. At the end of that, go and celebrate. Allocate a day on the weekend, celebrate, and do something you enjoy. This journey does not have to feel miserable. Keep things in perspective. Enjoy learning, because you're in a lucky position to be in today to actually learn. Enjoy it.